It has something to do with a Japanese art, I think so. Karate or Jujutsu, it is called. I had read about it somewhere. It temporarily paralyzes the nervous system, you see. Then at this, Isran said that he performed a Japanese martial art. He said it was either karate or jujutsu. He had read it somewhere that the martial art rendered a person unconscious and by disrupting the nervous system, by paralyzing the nervous system. Not a day passed without Isran recounting some story packed with adventure, horror, and suspense. Whether the story was credible or not, Mahendra enjoyed listening it because of the intimate way in which it was told. Isran seemed to more than make up for the absence of a TV in Mahendra's living quarters. So here Mahendra told us that every day Isran would narrate one story or the other story full of adventure, horror and thrill. And sometimes Mahendra felt that the story was a fiction, but still, as the story couldn't be believed, credible. But as Mahendra felt that the story was a fiction, but still he enjoyed listening to the story because of his unique way, inimitable way as in which it was narrated by Isran, as there was no television set at that place where they lived. And these stories were a source of entertainment for Mahendra in those quarters. One morning, when Mahendra was having breakfast, Isran asked, "Can I make something special for dinner tonight, sir? After all, today is an auspicious day. According to tradition, we prepare various delicacies to feed the spirits of our ancestors today, sir." One morning, Mahendra was having his breakfast. Isran asked him if he could prepare a special meal for dinner, as it was a good day, it was an auspicious, a pious day. So he asked him that if he could prepare a special meal for dinner. He added that on that day they prepared special food for the souls of the dead elders of their family. That night, Mahendra enjoyed the most delicious dinner, complimented Isran on his culinary skills. He seemed very pleased, but unexpectedly launched into a most garish account involving the supernatural. So that night, as Isran asked him that it was a very special day, auspicious day, and so that he would prepare something special. So he cooked the special food, and which Mahendra enjoyed a lot, the tasty, the delicious food, and at the same time praised or appreciated the culinary, the cooking skills of Mahendra. And he seemed very pleased. He was very happy, but Isran was also very happy, but at the same time all of a sudden started narrating a detailed story relating to ghost, garish, something which is too colorful and fancy, that is disliked, and accounting involving the supernatural, the ghost stories. You know, sir, this entire factory area we are occupying was once a burial ground, he started. Mahendra was jerked out of the pleasant reverie he had drifted into after the satisfying meal. I knew on the first day itself when I saw a human skull lying on the path. Even now I come across a number of skulls and bones, Isran continued. Then after the dinner, Mahendra started narrating a ghost story, and he said, "You know, sir, this entire factory area we are occupying was once a burial ground where the dead bodies are buried." He started. Mahendra was jerked out of the pleasant reverie. As he was just fancying about a beautiful story, the pleasant moments or the thoughts, then it was just a shock for him when he started narrating about the burial ground. and after this satisfying meal. And Mahendra was jerked out of the pleasant reverie he had dropped into after the satisfying meal. Then Eastman continued that on the first day itself he had seen a human skull lying on the ground when he was returning after buying vegetables, and even later he had come across a number of skulls and bones lying around the place. He went on to narrate how he sometimes saw ghosts at night. "I'm not easily frightened by these things, sir. I'm a brave fellow. But one horrible ghost of a woman which appears off and on at midnight during the full moon, it is an ugly creature with matted hair and a shriveled face like a skeleton, holding a fetus in its arms." Then he continued his story by saying that Iswaran added that sometimes he saw ghosts even at night. And he then added that although he was not scared of them as he was a brave person, but once he saw a very horrible ghost of a woman. It appeared on the full moon night at 12 o'clock, and it was very ugly, had matted hair and a shrunken withered face, the face with the wrinkles on its face, and it was looking as it was a skeleton and holding an unborn baby in her hands. Mahendra shivered at the description and interrupted rather sharply. "You are crazy, Ishwaran. There are no such things as ghosts or spirits. It is all a figment of your imagination. Get your digestive system examined and maybe your head as well. You're talking nonsense." Here, figment means production. As Mahendra disliked the story and interrupted sharply, he scolded Eastman and said that he had gone mad. Mahendra said that ghosts didn't exist. He added that it was Eastman's imagination, only the imagination. He ordered Eastman to get himself checked up, to get his digestive system and his brain examined as he was talking and speaking just nonsense. Mahendra asked him to get his digestive system checked up because when a person is suffering from constipation, he gets nightmares. Nightmares means the bad dreams, the horrible dreams, and dreams of ghosts and supernatural powers.